Hey guys, this is Christina from Craft Muse, and today the tutorial is going to be for a Stitch Tsum Tsum. I don't have one to show you right now because I changed it at the last minute. So I hope this tutorial goes smoothly for me because I just kind of tweaked the original one that I did just because I wasn't pleased with it, so I have a habit of doing that. I'll post one on Instagram as like a sneak peek, and then I'll be like, I'll think about it a little too long and then end up changing it. So that's what I did with this one. But either you can see it on my Instagram, or you can fast forward to the very end of this video just to get a glimpse of what you're going to be making today so you can decide if you want to make him. Okay, so the colors that you're going to need are, I'm using 3 different blues for this tutorial. The first blue I'm using, this will be my body color. I'm using the Opaque Ocean Blue from Rainbow Loom. So this will be my body color. And then for the eyes and the little mouth area, I'm using the neon blue bands. I think I picked these up at Michael's a while back. So yeah, these are the neon blue Rainbow Loom bands, and then you'll need a darker blue, and I'm using an off-brand band. These are some dark blue ones that I got from Joann's, some silicone ones. They're not very good for Loomigurumi, but we only need them for like a little tiny portion of stitch. So, and then you'll need something for your eyes. I'm going to be using the pony beads again, but this time I'm going to use the smaller ones. Gosh, I'm not sure what size these are. I think these are, what, the 7mm? I don't know. If you're familiar with Phil & Spiffy, Craft and Fantastic's Happy Foods, these are the size that she normally uses for hers. So I'm going to use these because the actual Stitch Tsum Tsum kind of has smaller eyes. So I'm going to use these. But you can use wrap bands. You can use the regular size pony beads. Use whatever you have. It doesn't have to be, you know, exactly what I say. And you'll need a hook, Rainbow Loom hook or crochet hook, whatever you guys have. And then I just have another hook here just to hold my little feet and arms on here for now. So we're going to be making the feet and arms, and then we'll also need to make the ears ahead of time. So I have one made of the ears, and then I've already made 3 of the feet. So I'll show you how to make one of each of those, and then you guys can pause the video and make the rest of them. So we'll start with the, I guess, just the simple foot. Is, you know, if you've already made some of my Tsum Tsums, you know that it's just really a magic ring with 6 stitches in it. So you'll need 4 of these. So take your body color band. So for me, I'm using the Opaque Ocean Blue, and you're going to wrap it around your hook 2 times to create 3 loops on your hook. I'm going to take one band. I'm going to try this way. And then you're just going to slide your cat band onto that band that's on your hook. Push that down and reclaim the other end. Grab your cat band and then pull this loop through this one here, just like that. Now go back through your cat band. Make sure you go through all 3 loops. Grab another band, pull it up through your cat band only, and then reclaim the other end of the loop. So now you have 3 bands on your hook, and you want to take this band here and slide it under these 2 here. So I'm just going to go like that. And we're just going to go back through the cat band again. We're going to pull up band number 3 through the cat band only. And then crochet. Go back through your cat band. So this is number 4, I believe. I'm just going to continue all the way around until I have 6 stitches. Oh wow, I grabbed the exact amount of bands. Okay, so this is what you'll have when you finish with that. these little V's here are your stitches, so you want to have 6. So we'll start counting with this one here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the band that's on your hook will count as a stitch. So once you've got this, then go ahead and get whatever you're using to hold your feet and arms. You can use a pencil, toothpick, another hook, whatever you want, and just slide it on there for now, and then you can put that aside. So if you want to make 3 more of these, go ahead and pause the video and then come back when you're done with that. Now let's start with the ears. So for this, I'm going to need 3 of my darkest blue. So I'll take 3 of those, and that part is going to be this here, the very tip of the ear. So we only need 3 of those, and then the rest will be your body colored bands. So we're going to start off with our magic ring, but instead of 6 stitches, we want to have 7. So I'm going to take my first one, which will be my dark blue, and I'll wrap it around my hook 2 times to create 3 loops. I'll take another band of my dark blue, pull it through my capping band, and these bands are really hard to work with, so if I'm a little bit slower with these, then that's why. So then we'll just make our magic ring just like we did with our foot. So that was 1. I'm going to pull up number 2 through the capping band only. Gosh, these are not flexible at all. Okay, and then I'm going to go back through the capping band and pull up my 3rd dark blue. Oh, here we go. Okay, so now I have 3 stitches. I need to add 4 more, and this is where I'm going to use my body color. So I'll go back in through my capping band, pull up a body color band. So this will be number 4. So I want to add 3 more. It's 5. This is 6. And then 1 more, squeeze it in there. And this is 7. So now you have this, it's kind of like a half and half thing. You got the dark blue on one side and your body color on the other side. Alright, so here we are. What you want to do is hold on to the last stitch and take it off of your hook. Turn it around. And the reason why I take it off my hook is because I just don't want my bands to be all twisted up. But you could technically just twist it and go. But what we want to do is now, instead of continuing around in the circle, we want to go into these last 3 stitches that we made with the body color. So I've got the band on my hook, and then I've got this stitch here. That's the stitch I want to go into, and I'm just going to do a single crochet in there. So we're just going the opposite way now, and I'm going to go on my next body color stitch. Pull up another body color band through it and do a single crochet, and then 1 more. I'm going to go into this body color one, do a single crochet. Okay, so we've just done 3. Take it off your hook and turn it, and we're going to do the same exact thing. So we're going to put 3 more single crochets in these 3 stitches here. So now we're going the opposite way from what we just went. So here's 1 single crochet. I'm going to go into the next, do another single crochet. Now by the time you get over to here, it might be a little bit hard to see that stitch, but it's there and it's really small, and you just want to make sure that you're going through that stitch. And you're just going to do a single crochet. Okay, so I've gone 3 times that way. I'm going to take off my hook, turn it, And I'm going to do the same thing going this way. So go back in through that, do a single crochet. There's one. I'm going to go in through my next one over. There's two, and then my last stitch here. And there's three. And I'm going to take this off my hook again, turn it, and now I'm going to go back this way. So again, going back, we're going to do 3 stitches, 3 single crochets. So here's one, and I'll go into my next one and do a single. There's 2, and then I'll go into my last one and do a single. Making sure I'm just going through the top loops only, because it can be easy to grab other bands. Okay, so we've just gone back and forth 3 times for a total of 4 rows. Now we're going to take it off our hook, put it back on, and turn it, and now we're just going to go through 2 stitches. So we'll do a single crochet in this stitch here, and then a single crochet in this stitch here, and we'll leave this one here alone. So I'm going to do my first single crochet. So there's one, then I'll go into my next stitch, do another single, and 2. Take off your hook and turn. We're going to do the same thing, just go 1 and 2. So I'll do my first single. So there's 1, and then here's 2. And take off our hook and turn. And now we want to make 4 stitches. The problem here is that we only have 2 real stitches to go through. So we will go through those 2 stitches, and then we'll just add in our own, and I'll show you kind of where you can do it. So I'll go through my first one, do a single crochet, and I'll go through my last one over here, do a single. Okay, so for stitch number 3, right next to that last stitch, there's these 2 loops here that you can see. We're just going to go right in between those, so you have one on each side of your hook, and we're just going to make a crochet right there. And if you're not exactly the same spot I'm at, it's okay, it doesn't matter as long as we end up in the same area. So that was my third one. And now I'm going to go through, if you can see, I don't know, it's kind of hard to show you this, but I'm going to go through this circle here, right next to where I just put in a stitch. And then I'm going to do this, actually, I'm going to bring up my band through all of the loops on my hook, and I'll tie a slip knot. And so we kind of just joined this this area with this side. So you can stretch it out a little bit because he does have floppy ears. And I was going to put the pink lining on the inside, but it was going to be too bulky for this design, so I'm just going to leave it like this. So you need to make one more of the ear. And then when you're done with that, come back and we'll start with, let's see, I'll show you how to do the eyes. Okay, so for the eyes, if you're going to use the smaller pony beads like I am, and you don't know how to thread the band onto your bead, I'm just using like a broken band because I'm lazy right now. You can use wire, you can use floss, anything that's really thin that will hold onto your band. So like, let me take this off. So you'll take your band, you want your eye to be on the other blue that you're using for the eyes, like the lighter color. So I'm using the neon blue, and then I'll just take my band. I'm going to take my broken band, but you can pretend this is like wire or like a thinner string, something, and you can just stick your band in the center, that, and then you're just going to stick your bead through these two loose ends here. So you want to put those through my bead and just pull the bead onto the band, just like that. If you're using the larger pony beads, you can just, just stick them through. You don't need to thread them on. And if you're using bands, you can either use one or two for the eyes. Say you want to use one, you just wrap it around your hook once, and then grab all of the bands on your hook and wrap it around again. Take your band color that you're using for the outside of your eyes and just pull that wrapped band onto that. So that would just be in place of the beads. Okay, Stitch also has some little hairs, so we can make that right now too. So for the hairs, you're going to need your body color. I'm going to take one band, wrap it around my hook once, then I'll grab all of these on my hook, wrap them around again. Take another band, I'll double loop it, and then I'll pull this capped band onto that, just like that, and then I'll stick the other end of the loop onto my hook. Just keep it there for now, don't do anything with it. Take another band, make another capped band, so wrap it around once, grab all of them and wrap them around again. Take another band, double loop it, pull your capping band onto that double looped band, reclaim the other end onto your hook. Oh my goodness, that's my son. Take another band, double loop it, and then pull this one so that you have two double looped bands. So you have the one with the one double looped, and now you have the one with the two. And then we want to make another one just like the first one we did. So take a cap band, we'll make a cap band. Take one band, double loop it, pull the cap band on. And then reclaim the other end onto your hook. Then just take one band and slide these on. Slide all three of them onto your single band. And then you can just put this onto your holding hook. So just grab whatever you're using to hold your feet and just stick that through, just to hold it for now. Okay, so now we can start on the face. So let's get started with that. For this portion of the head, I'm going to be starting with my body color, and then I will be incorporating the lighter blue into it, and then also be putting our eyes in there as well as we do the head. So I'm going to start off with my body color, and row 1 is going to be a magic ring with 6 stitches in it. So I'm going to take my body color, wrap it around my hook twice, and I'm just going to make a magic ring with 6. You guys should be pretty familiar with this by now. So there's 1. There's 2. There's 3. Four. 5, and then one more, and 6. That one was kind of funky. Okay, so that was row 1. We have 6 stitches now, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I'm going to take my C-clip to mark off where the end of this round is. And our next row around, we want to increase all the way around so that we end up with 12 stitches. So, what was it? Oh yeah, okay. So we're going to do 2 single crochets in each stitch around, and we will be switching a little bit, putting a little bit of the light blue into this. So just pay attention to what I'm doing. So I'm going to go into the first stitch here and do 2 single crochets with my body color. So there's 1 single, and there's 2. My next stitch over, which is my second stitch, will be both in light blue. So I'll do my increase with light blue. So there's 1, and then I'll go back through that same stitch and put another one in. Okay. Now we're going to go back to our body color in our third stitch. So we'll do 2 single crochets in our third stitch. So there's 1, 2, and then our fourth stitch, our body color as well. So 2 single crochets with our body color. So there's 1, there's 2. Our fifth stitch, we're going to do the light blue. So both single crochets in this stitch will be light blue. So there's 1 and 2. And then for our last 2 single crochets in our last stitch will be our body color. So there's 1 and there's 2. So we should have 12 stitches all the way around. So if you want to count, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then 12. Put your C-clip back in there. And we're going to do another increase, but this time around we'll start off with a single crochet in our first stitch. Our next stitch will be an increase, and then we'll go back to the single, then an increase, single, increase, single, increase, single, increase, single, increase, and that will give us 18 stitches. But we'll also be incorporating the light blue in as well. So just follow along with me. Okay, so our first stitch is a single crochet with the body color. So just 1 single crochet in that stitch. Our second stitch will be an increase. 1 single crochet with the body color. Going back through that same stitch, grabbing a light blue. So in our increase, 1 was blue, 1 was the body color blue, and 1 was the light blue. Okay, so that was a increase. Our next stitch over will be a single crochet, but this is where we want to add our eyes, one of our eyes. So grab one end of your band with your eye on it, pull it through, do your single crochet. Our next stitch down is going to be an increase, and we're going back to the body color. So there's 1, 2. Our next stitch over will be a single crochet. The next stitch over will be an increase with the body color still. Just 1 and 2. Next stitch over, single crochet with the body color. Just 1. Next stitch over will be an increase with the body color. Hold on, let me see. 8, 7, 6, wait. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. I'm just trying to figure this out because I've only done this once and I'm trying to remember how I did this exactly. So yeah, body color here. And this was an increase. Okay, here, right here in this next stitch over, we want to add our eye with the light blue. So we just added our eye in the 4th stitch from our C-clip. So I just counted 1, 2, 3, and 4 and added my eye there. And then we're going to do an increase in this next stitch over with the one with light blue and one with the dark blue, or the body color blue. Our next stitch over will be a single with the body color. And then our last stitch will be an increase with the body color. Okay, so we should have 18 stitches now. And I'm sorry if I'm a little bit slow with this. The whole color changing thing is kind of, the way I wrote it down is kind of confusing me a little bit, so I hope that you guys are following along okay. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. And this is what yours should look like for now. Okay, so we're on row 4, and we want to do another increase around so that we end up with 24 stitches. So to do that, we'll be doing a single crochet, and then an increase. Single crochet, increase. So it'll be a single crochet in the first 2 stitches and then an increase, and then we'll just complete that pattern all the way around, and we'll end up with 24 stitches, but we're also going to be switching back and forth with the blue and light blue. So just stick with me. I think I kind of graphed this row out a little bit better, so hopefully it'll be more clear. Okay, so for our first stitch, it will be a single crochet with the body color. Our second stitch will be another single crochet with the body color. Our third stitch is going to be an increase, but we're going to use the light blue. So I'll put 2 single crochets in this stitch here. Okay. Our next stitch will be a single crochet with a light blue. Our next stitch over will be another single crochet with the light blue. The next one will be an increase. So we'll go through this stitch here. Our first band that we're going to pull up for the increase will be a body color. We're going to go back through that same stitch and pull up a light blue color. The next stitch will be light blue, single crochet. Next stitch over, a light blue, single crochet. Next stitch over will be an increase with the light blue, both of them light blue. So there's one and two. Next stitch over will be a single crochet with the light blue. Next stitch over, a single crochet with the body color. The next one, right by the eye, will be an increase with the light blue. Our next stitch over will be a single crochet with the light blue. Next stitch over, single crochet with a light blue. Next stitch over will be an increase with the body color. And we're just going to use body color until we get to the C-clip. So I'll do an increase here. Single crochet in our next stitch with the body color. Another single crochet next to that one. And then I will end with an increase with my body color. Okay. So that's what we've got. These are his little eyes, and then this is the forming of his mouth. Okay, so now we should have 24 stitches around. So if you want to count, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. So basically what we're going to be doing for a while are just single crochets around. However, for the first few rows we are still going to be switching back and forth between the body color blue and the light blue. So just stick with me on that. It's not as difficult as what we just did with the eyes, but okay. So we'll just be doing single crochets all the way around because we want to keep the 24 stitches. So for our first 6 stitches, we want to do the body color. So there's 1, there's 2, there's 3, 4, there's 5, and 6. Okay, now we want to go to our light blue, so we're going to do 8 stitches in light blue. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then for the remainder around, we're going to do the body color. So for 11 stitches, we're going to do the body color. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh wait, is it 11 or 10? 9. Oh yeah, it's 10. I was reading a different row. 10. So you should still have 24 stitches around. So that was row 5. Now we're going to be doing row 6. So just follow along with me and I'll let you know when to switch colors. Our first 6 stitches around will be in the body color. So again, we're just doing single crochets. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Our next 6 stitches will be light blue. So just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now we're going to switch back to the body color until we get to the end. So I think there's 12. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. So we'll do 12 body color bands. So I should have done this before, but I'm going to do a little bit different of a crochet just so I can get a cleaner color change. Not that you can really tell too bad because the blues, you know, it just doesn't stand out as much as it would if you're using 2 totally different colors, but I'm just going to do it. So I'll take my body color, and if you want to do this you can, if not you can just continue on like we were doing before, but I'm going to take my body color band and bring it through all the loops on my hook, and so I have 2, and then I'm just going to do like a slip knot, and that counts as 1 crochet, and then I'm just going to continue all the way around. And I just find that that sometimes gives a cleaner color change, especially when you're coming around. Usually it's okay when you're starting above the color that you're changing. No wait, when you're starting below the color that you're changing. But once you get to the color above it, it starts to look kind of funky. I don't know, it's hard to explain. I'm still trying to get the hang of like color changing, like making patterns in the actual design with color changes. It's kind of difficult. So I'm just doing my single crochets all the way around. Okay, so I'm at my last one. This is what we've got. Don't worry, we'll be giving him a little nose, and then he'll have his ears. Okay, so that was row 6. And I think we're done with the color change. So now, kind of gets boring because we're just going to be doing single crochets around with our body color bands. So, we'll be doing, let's just complete 3 rows around what we've got now, and then we'll stop and temporarily fasten off so that we can start adding like his nose and his hair and his ears, and then we can continue on with the repetitive round and round and round. So I'll do the first row with you guys. It's just single crochets all the way around. And I believe you are finished with your light blue color. So I'm just going around my single crochets. And another thing I forgot to mention is that you will need polyfill to stuff with, or whatever you have on hand. It doesn't have to be polyfill. Anything that's soft or will fit inside. And if you did that color change with me, where I did the slip stitch, you'll have this weird, not this one here, but it's coming up. You'll have this strange little stitch here that's going off this way. You're just going to skip that altogether. Just leave it out. It will throw your stitch count off if you include that in with your single crochets. So you'd end up with more than you want to have. I really hope this ends up turning out okay, because I didn't actually finish this design. I just worked on the head, really. Alright, so that's my last stitch. I need to do 2 more rows around. So go ahead and pause the video and finish up your 2 rows around, and then come back when you're finished and we'll start adding the things to his face so that he'll look more like Stitch. Alright, so I finished with my additional 2 rows around that you guys needed to do. And I've temporarily tied this off for now, just because we're going to start adding the nose and the hairs and the ears. So let's start with the nose first, and you're going to need your dark blue for this, or I don't know, whatever color you guys want to use. I'm looking at this, I realize that it's not perfect, and because of the color changes, and I hope that you guys will still like him anyways, and I promise that I will work on these color changes. It's so hard, like, to do with bands, but I think he'll still end up looking cute. Okay, so I've got my dark blue, and I just want to make a long strand with slip knots. So I'll take 2. I'll just do this on my hook because it's easier for some people when you show it on the hook. So I just put 1 band on my hook. I'll put my other band. Get this out of the way so you can see. That like that, and then I'll slide my 1 band on, and then I'll reclaim the other end of my band on there, and then just make a slip knot. And I'll probably do that about with 3 more bands. So just keep going. And hopefully you guys are using better bands than I am. These ones are horrible. But I didn't have like another dark blue at the moment, so. and I didn't have time to like put in an order at Rainbow Loom. Okay. So I've got 5 on there. It's up to you how long you want to make it, but I'd suggest at least using 5 because we're going to use the same one to keep going to make our nose. So if you look at your head here, you can see where we started in the magic ring here, right in the center. Where I'm going to be placing my nose is going to be on one side of the magic ring and on the other. So you leave this spot, you won't put anything in there. You'll just be using this the spaces right next to your magic ring. So I'll take my little string, I'll go up through one side, through the inside of my face, come up, and then I'll grab part of it and bring it through. And then I want to go over to this side, so I'll go in through my face, put my hook on through the other side, and grab the other end of my thread or whatever you want to call it, bring that through. Then you kind of want to center this a little bit, or just make it even on both sides. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, so now what I'm going to be doing is going in through this last hole that I just used, but this time I'm going to be going in through the top. So now my hook's on the inside, and I want to grab the thread that's on the opposite side. So I'm going to grab one end and then bring it up through the face. And then I'll go in this other hole, the first hole that we went through. I'll come up through the inside and then pull this through. Just like that. And then I think I'll go across one more time just to make his nose a little bit thicker, because it's kind of hard to see. I mean, this blue is not that much different from the body color blue, so I want to make sure we can see it a little bit better. So I'm going to go in through this hole that we just worked out of, through the top of the face, and grab this strand that's opposite where my hook is, and bring it up through. Okay, and now I'm going to go in through the other side and pull this down. Okay, so I'm just going to turn him inside out for now, because I'm just going to tug on these a little bit, not too tight, but just a little, just enough to even it up a little bit, and then I'll just tie these into a knot. So and don't tie it, like don't pull on your knot too tight, because you don't want it to squeeze, because then you'll have 2 huge holes right here. So okay, so I've got my little nose in. Now we can add his ears. So here we have our ears that we made, and you should have 2 of them. The sides where you're tying off bands are going to be the sides that are going to go against the head. So we have 1 tying band here. We want to add 2 more. So here's your tying band. I'm going to go through the stitch right below it and add a body color subknot band. Whoops. So I'm just going to go through my stitch and then bring this through the stitch put both ends on my hook and then just tie a slip knot. And then I'll go right above the tying off band and make another slip knot. And we want to do that with both of the ears. So you should have 3 on there, and then do your other ear. So there's 1, and then I just need 1 more. Okay, so now you have to decide where you want to put your ears, and I'm going to put mine pretty close to his eyes, to where the light blue part of his eyes are. So I'm just going to put it up against the area where I want it. And then I'm going to take my hook and go through holes in the face and bring those bands through. So you want to go through 3 separate holes in the area that you want to put your ear. So that's how I've got mine, and that's where I want it to be. So I'm going to go through the inside and tie knots with these. So I'll just start with 2 and tie a knot. And then I'll just grab one of these strands from the knot I just tied and use it to tie off this one here. I just like a nice secure fit, so this will make sure that it's nice and secure and not like flopping around everywhere. So we've got 1 ear on, and I'm going to add my other one in the same general vicinity. I kind of like how this one is folding in, because I think that's, so I hope that this one does the same thing. You can never tell with bands, it's always... Okay, so anyways, I'm gonna go and try to make this look good. So again, I'm just going through 3 separate holes in the face. I think I'm going to put this one here up a little bit higher and closer. Okay, and then I'll just do the same thing, tie off and knots. I apologize earlier for my loud child. I usually try to film when they're sleeping, but I'm trying to get 2 videos in tonight, so I had to start a little bit earlier. But okay, so I've got my ears on. He's looking pretty cute. Okay, so we want to add our hair So just take it off your holding hook. And this is up to you where you want to put it. I'm going to make it so you can either put it on like this. I don't know if you could see, it's kind of blending in, but you can put it like this, or you can put it like kind of like a little mohawk, and I'm going to do it like a little mohawk because on the actual Zoom Zoom that's what it looks like. So, and these aren't perfect replicas of the exact Zoom Zooms, but they're still cute. So what you'll do is you'll just go in through the head. And I'm going to hold on to one end since this this is a pretty short band that I'm working with. So I'm just going to hold it onto my hook while I get the other band. So if you like where you put it, I'm going to take the one band that's closest to the top of my hook and just bring it through, and then now I'm going to find a stitch right next to it, 2 of the stitches on the inside of the face, and I'm going to tie a slip knot with a body color band. Okay, this one's pretty easy to add the facial features. I know some of them I had like kind of a rough time, but this one went by a lot easier. Okay, so once you've added all of your stuff, and if you're not finished yet, go ahead and pause the video and then meet me back here when you guys are done adding all your face things, and we'll continue on with the body. Okay, so we're going to continue our rounds, and in this next round we're actually going to add our arms. So again, we're still doing the single crochets all the way around in the 24 stitches, but get your little arms ready, and we're going to be adding the first one to stitch 4. So we'll go through our first stitch and do a single crochet. There's 1, and then here's 2, here's 3, and then here's our 4th stitch here. We're going to add our one arm. So take one off of your holding hook. Stick your hook through that stitch already. Grab your arm. So I put one end of my, I put the loose stitch onto my hook from my arm, and then I'm going to go in through the next stitch over in the magic ring and bring up a blue band through all of these loops here, and then I can just continue on through that stitch and replace the loop onto my hook, and then I'll just do my single crochet. So that was 4, and then our next, we're just going to keep going around until we get to the 10th stitch, and then we're going to add our other arm there. So this will be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, put your hook through the 10th stitch. Grab your other arm. Put your hook through that loose loop, and then through another loop in the magic circle. Bring your band through, and then bring this band through your stitch. Reclaim the other end onto your hook, and always remember to keep your feet on the outside and then just do a single crochet. Just making sure these end up in the right spot. Okay, and then we're just going to continue around till we get to our C-clip with single crochets. And then in a little bit we'll add our little, he's got like a little dark blue zigzag thing on his back, and we'll add that before we get close to the end. So the row that we're working on right now is row 10, and then we're going to keep going around for, let's see, I think 5 more rows. No, we'll do 4 because then we have to add the legs. Okay, so this is end of row 1. And I'm going to mark it so that I don't forget. So I'm just going to put a band. I just like to put a band to mark how many rows I've done. And so now we need to do, let's see, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Let's do 4 more rows around. Just of the single crochets all the way around, and then meet me back here, and then our next row around will be the legs. So yeah, 4 more. So I'll see you when you get back here. Alrighty, I'm back, and hopefully you guys are back too. We've just completed our 4 additional rows around, and I tied off again temporarily while we make the little zigzaggy thing on his back. For that part, we're going to need our darkest blue color that you have, that you used for the nose and the tips of the ears. And just bear with me while I do this because it's really hard to do with these bands here. These are the silicone ones, so they're like not very stretchy. Okay, but I think I've already complained enough about that. Okay, so I'm going to take one of my dark blues and wrap it around my hook once, and then I'll grab both ends and put that onto my hook. Do that again with another one, so wrap it around once, and then grab all of those bands and wrap them around again. So you should have 2 cat bands on your hook. Then I'm going to take one band and I'm going to slide these onto this band. For me, I'm just going to be like picking them up because, well, because they're difficult. And if you're using like the regular Rainbow Loom opaque bands, I might suggest that you double loop this band here, just so it will have a tighter look. And I wish that I could do that, but I can't. There's no way. These bands will not double loop at all. So if you're using the regular opaque, or if you're using really stretchy bands, I'd suggest that you double loop to that single band that you put those cat bands onto. And the same with this next, when we do this next one. So we need to take this off of our hook for now. So if you did double loop these, then you might want to put it on a holding hook for now. I'm just going to take them off because mine will stay on there. But so then I'll get another band, wrap it around my hook once, grab all of them, wrap them around again, and then I'll grab this and put both ends onto my hook. So that will be in the center, and then I'll take another band and make another cat band right next to it. And again here, if you're using stretchy bands or opaque bands, double loop this part and pull all of these onto your hook. Okay. Now go ahead and either take it off if you didn't double loop your bands or put it onto a holding hook for now. Let's take another capping band, make another capping band, and then another one right next to that. Oh, my fingers are getting a workout with these. And then put this back onto your hook, and then you want to make 2 more wrap bands right next to that one. So you might have to shove it a little bit so it will fit on your hook. Okay. And then here you can just take a single band. I wouldn't double loop this one. So just keep it regular. Pull all of these onto your hook. You guys could probably have a snack or, you know, run a mile by the time I'm done with mine. Snack sounds better. Okay. Alright. So that's what you've got now. Put both ends onto your hook. And then we'll just tie this into a slip knot. Carefully. And I'm sure your guys's will look a lot better than mine, because these don't twist very good. Okay, so we have this little thingamabobber, and we're just going to stick it on his back. So I'll just line it up where his hair is. And let's see, let's add another slip knotted band in between. Okay, so here's where we started off, and then you should have 2 cap bands there. So just go in between those 2 cap bands. And then tie a slip knot. Grab another band and tie a slip knot. Right in between. Just like that. And then place it however you want it. I'm trying to think if I want to add more, because I might want to make it more secure on here. Yes, I'm going to add more. You guys can do this or you don't have to. In the center, I'm going to go on one side and add a slip knot. And then I'm going to go on the opposite side over here and do a slip knot. Just because I don't want it like sticking up. Well, I want it to be laying as flat as possible on the body. So okay. So yeah, I'm just pulling these through parts of the body. And then I'll figure out how to tie it off in a minute. Okay, so I pulled them all through, flip them inside out, and we can just kind of go around. So grab one end of one of these empty loops, I don't know, and then just bring one loop through, go to your next one, bring it through, and then you have your last one here, bring that one through, and then I'm just going to go through 2 stitches inside the body and tie off with the body color band. Okay, so we've got our little stripey thingy, or I don't know what it is, like a little zigzaggy thing. And we can start to add our feet to the next row, and then we'll actually start closing him off. So we're almost done, yay. Okay. So let's pick up where we last left off, and I did a tying off band here, so I'm just going to take it out. If I can get it out. Okay. Alright, so our legs are going to go on this row, and we're still doing our single crochets around in the 24 stitches. We want to add our leg into the second stitch, our first one. So I'll go into my first stitch, do my single crochet. Oh no, I need to mark this off. I'm going to put my C-clip first. Okay, so I'll do my first single crochet. Okay, and then I'm going to stick my hook through my second stitch, just like we did our arms. I'll grab my foot, put it through that loop, and then go in through the next stitch over. Bring up a band through all of those loops, and then bring it through my stitch, put the end onto my hook, and then do my single crochet. Okay, so there's one foot, and then we want to add the second one to stitch number 8. So that was number 2. So we're going to go around to 8. So here's 3. 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we're going to go into 8, do the same thing, their foot. So I'm just pulling this band through the magic ring, and then I'll pull it through my 8th stitch, reclaim, and then do my single crochet. And then I'll go all the way around to my C-clip with single crochets. Gosh, all my blues are getting mixed up. So yeah, you just do your single crochets, you don't have to wait for me. But stop once you get to your C-clip, because we're going to start decreasing and adding some stuffing to him. All right. So last night I posted an Eeyore that I started for an Eeyore Tsum Tsum. And I asked you guys on Instagram which tutorial you'd like to see first. And Eeyore actually got the most votes to be first. But then I decided I would just get both of them out at the same time. So, because it's been a little bit over a week since my last tutorial and I felt kind of bad, so. But yeah, you guys should definitely make Eeyore too. I think he's going to be really cute. Okay, so I'm on my last, I did my last stitch. I did my last stitch of stitch. And now we can start decreasing. So we want to decrease to 18 stitches, and to do that we need to do 2 single crochets and then a decrease, 2 single crochets and then a decrease. So we're going to do that pattern all the way around so that we end up with 18 stitches. So my first stitch will be a single. My next stitch over will be a single. Okay, and then now we're doing our decrease. So these next 2 stitches we want to make into one. So I'm going to go through the front loop only of my stitch. Then I'm going to go over to the next stitch and get the front loop only on that one. I'm going to grab a band, pull it through these 2 loops here, and then reclaim onto my hook and then do my single crochet, and that's a decrease. So now we need to continue on with our single crochets, so we're going to do 2 more. So there's 1, and then I'll go to my next stitch and do a single. There's 2, and then I want to do another decrease, so I'll go in through the front loops of my next 2 stitches. Grab my band, pull it through those 2 loops only, reclaim onto my hook, and do my crochet. Then we're going back to our single crochets. So there's 1 and 2, and our decrease, so loop of the first one, loop of the second one, bring my band through the 2 only, and crochet. Back to our singles. There's 1, and 2, and then a decrease. Okay, single crochets again. Just 1, 2, and a decrease. Single crochets. Just 1 and 2. And then I'm going to end with a decrease. So I have 2 stitches left and I'm going to decrease those. Now we should have 18. So if you want to count, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. Stick your C-clip back in there. And we want to decrease again. So this time, instead of doing the 2 single crochets, we're going to do a single crochet followed by a decrease all the way around, so that we end up with 12 stitches, and then we can then we'll start adding some stuffing before we close them up all together. So let's do that. So we'll start off with our single crochet, just 1, and then I'm going to do a decrease, and do a single crochet, and I'll do a decrease, single crochet, a decrease, single, decrease, a single, decrease, then another single, then we'll end with a decrease. Okay, now it's time to grab your stuffing. So I'm just going to push this down onto my hook a little bit, and I'll grab my stuffing. Okay, I'm just going to stick it in there. It's important that you don't overstuff too much because you don't want stuffing coming out of the holes. And I'd say stuff more in the front than towards the back, because towards the back is where we did, where we're doing our decreases, and you'll be able to see the stuffing a little bit more in the back. So try to push it front mostly to fill out the face and the body. Just squish them around. Yeah, I think he's cute. Okay, so I think that's good for me. And then I'll take my C-clip again, mark it off, and now we need to do one more decrease, and we're going to decrease all the way around these. So we need to do a total of 6. So these are just now all decreases. Try not to grab any of that stuffing, even though it really wants to. Oh my gosh, my pony. This little pony thing has been showing the entire time. I kind of put it like off to, like, I try to put it like where my cutoff is, where I can't go, and I ended up moving my camera, and so I've got things like in the video that shouldn't be showing. That's cute, right? It's so glittery. Anyways. I love glitter. Okay, so it's pretty hard to count, but you should have 6 stitches left. So now what we want to do is add a slip knot to this band here, our last one. So I'll take another band, I'll bring it through and tie a slip knot, and we just want to close them up. So if you need to add a little bit more stuffing, do that now before you close them up, but mine's good. So now what I want to do is go through the top loops around my 6 stitches, just the top loops, and bring this tying off band through. So I'll just go all the way around, grabbing my band and bringing it through. And like I've said before, if you can't find all 6 areas, it's fine. It will close up fine if you even just do 4. So like I usually do 5 because because the other one's just hidden by the time you get around. And then you just give it a little tug. And then I'll just tie it into a knot, so go on to another spot, bring that through. And then I'll just use this part to tie it. And then you can hide your band in the body. Okay. So there he is, little Stitch. I love his little floppy ears. They're so cute. Let me see. Yeah, he's same size as the others. I was afraid he's going to end up bigger because for some reason he's looking a little bigger to me. But there he is. I hope you guys were able to follow along with my, I was a little bit slow when it came to the color changes, but that's just because I didn't really write down that well what it needed to be. So I'll probably put like a little note in the video just to make sure you guys pay attention, or you can pause and rewind if I'm not very clear. So I hope you guys liked him, and I've definitely got more planned for the future. And this is another tutorial I'm going to be filming tonight. I just have his head. But this is going to be an Eeyore Tsum Tsum. He's going to be really cute, I think. And then another project that I was working on, if you guys also like to do loom designs, I was working on a bunny. This one is just my practice one. I want to fix him up a little bit, but I want to attach his ears a little bit better, and then make him look a little less muscular. He's pretty buff right now. But yeah, I think he's cute. He's like a little floofy bunny. And I'll probably fix his nose, make it a little bit smaller. But this is another project that I have planned. He's a loom design, and he only takes 2 looms. So if you guys are interested in that, I don't know when that one will be up, but I hope to film that one soon. So thank you guys so much for watching, and again, I love seeing your guys' creations on Instagram. I'm seeing especially a lot, especially the Tsum Tsums, I'm seeing more of, and I'm really enjoying it. Everybody's is different, and everybody's is great, and I'm even seeing people making their own, and I don't know, they're just so cute. Okay, hope you guys have a good night or a good day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.